Danny's already mentioned the tension. Actually, United Cup, I was talking to Wim Facet, Iga's coach, because she sent off a fair few rackets on a hot day there, but only changed the tension by half a kilo. So it went from 25.5 to 26. And just the fact that she can even feel that kind of difference.
Third killer. 40.
The biggest difference for Raducanu today is her first two matches. She's played opponents who have given her a lot. They've given her a lot of unforced errors to work with. The first round against Alexandrova plays a bit hit and miss. And Anisimova, it was 44 unforced errors from her in that second round. She's not going to get that today.
Game, Swiatek.
Swiatek holds to love in this opening game.
First game.
We touched on Iga Swiatek's newly appointed coach, Wim Facet. Started with him in October last year. And he's had quite the experience. Worked with former world number ones Victoria Azarenka, Kim Clijsters, Angelique Kerber, Naomi Osaka. What do you think he can bring to Swiatek's game?
Yeah, he's been wrecking out top players. Don't worry about Wim. No, I think he's a great manager as well. He manages the team. That's what he's always done. His approach is to come in and get everyone on the same page. And really, I think what he's trying to do with her game in this season is to stop her from trying to go for power against the big hitters. If you think back to this time last year, she lost to Linda Noskova. So they lost to Linda Noskova last year, but also the 2022 semi-final loss to Danielle Collins. Swiatek has this habit when she's under pressure against someone who's hitting it huge to try and stay at their level, to try and outpower them. And so Wim's approach has been, actually, you're a great mover. You can step back. Just use the shape that Swiatek's got on the forehand anyway. Lean into her strengths a bit more.
So it's a good start here from Swiatek, yet to drop a point. Well, that will help settle some nerves for Raducanu.
15-30.
Just waiting for that right opportunity. likes to dictate as well, and that will certainly help with the confidence.
(15-40).
And they're just confirmation of how much rotation Swiatek gets on that forehand side. Huge, huge difference in the topspin.
So in regards to that topspin, once that ball hits the ground, it's getting up above Raducanu's shoulders. Is that where it will hurt her?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on the backhand side. I think the forehand, Emma can come over the top of the ball really well.
Saves 2 break points, Raducanu, back to juice.
Yes. Advantage, Raducanu. Yes.
And there's that double fault that we've seen Raducanu throw in her previous 2 matches.
Yeah, Coach Nick Cavaday in the black cap, and then Yutaka Nakamura, the fitness trainer, new addition to the team in the red cap. And the double faults in the first round started off as her having to catch the ball toss because of the sun, and then it just seemed to escalate into some overthinking. It almost looked like a new motion at times. And I definitely still feel like her racket face is more open than it was last season at the start of this service motion.
Point of the match so far. Well played there from Raducanu, just using a little bit of variety.
Advantage, Raducanu.
I love that Swiatek didn't make it on the first round and then still went for the second chance.
Well, the people were applauding before the point had even finished. But she's so quick to get to the ball. Great hold there from Raducanu. It saves 2 break points and levels things here in this first set, 1-1.
1 game on.
Important hold for Raducanu to get herself on the board. And the way that she did it as well. A few longer rallies. Nice to see the variety with the drop shot too. I ran so hard for that drop shot. She's lost a shoe.
Well, she received a time violation before the match had even started.
You can't get one for equipment though. So tying your laces, the shot clock will stop and restart when you're done.
Fifteen.
We spoke about
15.
the racket speed coming off that forehand side from Swiatek. But so far, it looks like Raducanu's handling that really well.
But she's having to stay further back. Even that last backhand has to throw it up in the air because it's very, very hard to stay at this consistent pace with Swiatek. So few players can do it.
Let's see, 15.
Good serving there from Swiatek.
Game, Swiatek.
And another comfortable hold there for Swiatek. She leads 2-1 in this first set.
Swiatek leads 2 games, 2-1.
As always. Oh. Got one in the face. Yeah, just on the changeover, we're seeing the average rally hit point from Raducanu, which is about 1.5 meters further back behind the baseline than Swiatek. And I don't see that as a negative at all. I think it would be a mistake to try and equal that position. She has to drop back just to give herself more time so that she's not rushed and that she has more options as well.
Daniela, courtside, can you see that difference between the court positioning of Swiatek and Raducanu?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with Laura that in Emma's case, you have to give yourself a little bit more time and space to hit the ball, and then you can always go forward on your shots, because with that intensity Swiatek puts on the ball, you are asking for trouble if you stay too close to the baseline.
So good.
Just doesn't want to land the ball too short, does she, Raducanu? Because Swiatek will be all over it.
And it's not a negative to stay a little bit behind the baseline. Emma's got the movement to cover all the shots possible, but as Laura has been saying, to keep up that intensity throughout the entire match, you just have to give yourself a little bit more space to hit through your shots.
Aggressive return there from Swiatek. Really getting on top of that second serve. And now Raducanu under some pressure.
Swiatek, for me, is such a perfect example to any young player of how to move forward and back, though. She never forgets about those quick, small steps. And she might start on the baseline, move up 1 meter to play a forehand, but then it's straight back to that recovery position.
Gets the winner there, Swiatek, and breaks as well. So she leads 3-1 in this first set.
Swiatek leads 3-2-1.
Raducanu didn't do a whole lot wrong there, maybe just not applying enough pressure off that backhand drive volley. Leaving that slight opening for Swiatek.
Raducanu is going to change rackets, whether she's gone for something slightly tighter here.
Cain. Very low.
Serving very well thus far. Swiatek sitting at 70% of first serves in, and when they do go in, she's winning 86% of them. And when she gets that first serve in, really sets her up in the point.
False healer.
So some quick games here for Swiatek, and some opportunities to take a 4-1 lead in this first set. And she consolidates the break, Swiatek. She leads 4-1 in this first set.
Swiatek leads 4 games to 1.
Such a confident start for Swiatek. We saw Wim Fissette get his notebook out. I'm not sure there's much to write down right now.
And I think another advantage of having Wim in the box, I just feel like Iga is much more relaxed and calm in between the points. Even when she had those breakpoint opportunities in the first service game of Emma, didn't take them, didn't really panic, because he brings that calmness. Like, he's such a calm guy to be around, and I think it can only do good to Iga, who likes the tension in between the points. I just feel like overall throughout the season she will become much more relaxed, which is, I think, only helpful in her case.
Well, we just saw a graphic there with Iga's serve placement almost exclusively to Raducanu's backhand side, something to keep an eye on as the match goes on.
Well, it's been a quick start for the number 2 seed, Iga Swiatek. 23 minutes of play and a breaker's serve. Swiatek leading 4 games to 1. So Raducanu serving to try and keep her hopes alive here in this first set.
Love it.
Nick Cabernet, the coach of Emma Raducanu and her fitness trainer.
Great Taylor.
Would you say you'd almost like to see Raducanu go for a few more shots like those? I mean, at the right time, of course.
Yeah, I think the trouble is she's under so much pressure on her +1 shot. You look at where Swiatek is returning from and how she has that momentum up the court. Even though she's missed that forehand return, she cuts off that angle. So you might think a slice out wide is going to do more damage. And then the recovery back is so quick. So, yeah, for Raducanu, if she's able to get a forehand on that +1 shot, for sure, go for it. But she just hasn't had too many to hit as of yet. And that +1 shot there, she just can't afford to go for this standard rally ball through the middle of the court that you can get away with against so many people. If you're going to try and slow the pace down, it needs to have that top spin rate and the height over the net.
needs to get a few more first serves in, Raducanu, because every time her second serve, she starts the point with her second serve, Swiatek is all over it. Raducanu only winning 38% of points when her second serve goes in, so it's really tough out there.
Oh, it's tough off the first serve at the moment as well for Raducanu.
Swiatek.
Only winning 58% of the first serve points.
Goes to show how well Swiatek returns under pressure off both sides. And another break of serve for Swiatek. She's off to a flying start, 5-1 in this first set.
Swiatek leads 5-1.
Off to a flyer for sure, but I just think he's playing so tactically well too. In previous games on this due side, it's just been a real standout to me that 100% of the time she's going to Raducanu's backhand. Not a single wide serve on the due side.
And there it is again.
Well, and you'd just keep going for that, wouldn't you, at 5-1? Bit more of a spread on this ad side, but still in general going to the backhand. Even with the second, it just feels like Raducanu can't pressure her as much on that return. And as Swiatek's always thinking about that next shot, knows that much better chance for her to get inside the baseline on her +1.
That's 15.
Another exceptional serve there from Swiatek. And with that ace, gives her 2 set points.
Given
It's 5 straight games now for the number 2 seed, Iga Swiatek. First set, runs away with it, 6-1.
Couldn't really have played much better there, Swiatek, and the points.
Always a good start when your winners are a lot higher than your unforced errors. So Swiatek's just playing a very clean and clear game. Couldn't really put a foot wrong. Serving well, turning even better. Daniela, what would you say some of the adjustments that Emma needs to make if she has any hope of getting back into this match?
I think she just has to loosen up a little bit, Emma, and go for her shots, because Iga's consistency in that first set and the numbers we just seen, I mean, they're just too good. So first of all, making, as you were saying,
So another foot fault called. That's 3 so far in this match.
Fault. 15.
Just feeling the pressure there, Raducanu, off that second serve. She knows that return's going to come back so hard and fast.
I was speaking to Wim over the last few weeks as well, since he joined the camp of Swiatek. He's been so impressed with the amount of work she does on concentration games, on, you know, focus games, and how that translates into her game when she's on the biggest stadiums in the world.
Just doesn't give an inch, does she? She's everywhere.
Yeah, he's got to be happy with that point.
I mean, there might have been a slight opportunity there for Raducanu to at least finish inside the court, but then Swiatek getting her best ball back and turning defense into offense. Well done there from Raducanu.
30-40.
I think that's exactly what Emma has to try to do on every single point, just to go for it with her first 2 shots, because as long as they get into longer rallies, that's where Iga's got the first hit in. Yeah, it's got to be much more stronger.
There's been 10 points played, and the shot rallies have been between 5 and 8 points, and it's in favour of Swiatek.
Oh, look at the average return speed difference, though. Swiatek on both the first and second, putting incredible pressure on Raducanu.
Advantage, Raducanu.
Always helps me he can get a free point off that serve. It's an opportunity for Raducanu to get herself on the board in this second set.
Yes.
She seems to be under pressure in all aspects of her game, you know, off the serve, off the return, within the rally.
Raducanu, 1 win, 7 losses after losing the first set against top 10 opponents.
Advantage, Raducanu.
Well, the backhand line, Danny, that one looked like it jumped off the court.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be long, but it hit the line. But I'm liking this game so much more from Emma, because if I'm her, I'm just telling myself, okay, I don't mind maybe a few extra unforced errors, but I'm going to go for it much more. And maybe force Iga that way to try to hit the shots even harder, and that's when she might start to do mistakes.
The aggression there from Raducanu.
Advantage, Raducanu.
As Daniela and Laura have touched on, it's trying to play with a bit more aggression. Look to get inside the court. She is comfortable moving forward, Raducanu. Just hasn't had the opportunity to do that so far. She just knows when to step up a notch, Swiatek. Under pressure, you just see the footwork and the intent behind the shot.
You're not going to get a much tougher opening service game of this second. But I think it's that refusal to not commit to every point. Like, I think so many people would kind of throw in an unforced error, but you just see the intensity with every single shot from Swiatek. And that's why she wins so many matches. 6-1, 6-1, 6-love, 6-2.
Advantage, Swiatek.
Coach Wim with the analytics iPad in the box. And on there you can see things like serve placement, return placement, speeds of shots.
Again, Swiatek.
So Swiatek with the break in this second set. She leads 1-love.
Cain, second set.
So 6 straight games now for Iga Swiatek. Laura, if you're Emma Raducanu, what do you need to do?
I think she needs to change something on this return. You saw the average speed, and because the majority of her returns have been backhand so far and above the shoulder, Swiatek is trying to kick a lot of the second serves to that side. So she's either got to commit and go further up the court, try to take it on the rise, or drop all the way back.
She's been so impressive, Iga Swiatek, in this women's singles third round. Serving well, returning well, moving exceptionally well. We know that's one of her greatest assets. So Emma Raducanu with some work to do here.
Pretty good front runner, you might say.
I think so.
That's just the third point that Swiatek has lost on her serve. 2 of those have been double faults. One of the better forehands we've seen from Raducanu.
15-13.
One of the biggest ones we've seen her go for as well, just unleashing on the cross-court forehand. And that's something that she can continue to do more. I think often we've seen her want to play a pretty standard rally ball through that middle third of the court, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, it's just too good. It's like as soon as Swiatek loses a point, she says to herself, right, this next point's mine. Emma Raducanu Always just pulling off that one, not attempting it.
Forty, 30.
75% of second serves won for Swiatek. Been serving so well today. Consolidates the break, Swiatek.
Swiatek leads 2-0.
Daniela, when you're up against an opponent and the match just seems to be getting away from you, what would you tell yourself? Slow things down again?
It's a good question because, yes, slow things down in between the points. But then I keep thinking Emma just has to accept the fact that she has to play on a different intensity. And just really focus on first 2 shots on every single rally and put 100% in it.
Love it.
Yeah, it's hard to start the point when the double faults kick in. Goes to show how much pressure Raducanu is on after that serve.
Love it.
Also maybe to try to throw in some higher balls, a couple of slice backhands, just anything, not doing the same thing for Emma.
Yeah, we saw one drop shot.
Yep.
One.
She won the point.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's brutal.
40. Just
Just a little bit of luck going in the favour there of Raducanu.
Swiatek.
So 8 straight games now for Iga Swiatek. 6-1, 3-love.
Swiatek leads 3-2. Right. Go serve.
Almost just waited on that
15.
one. She did so well with the previous forehand to get Swiatek off the court.
Yeah, a lot to think about at the moment for Raducanu.
Very low.
Continues to go to that backhand side. When we talk about adjustments at this level, you'd think that Emma, despite what the scoreline says, moving forward would be learning to know where the patterns of play are coming from her opponent. I guess it's having that awareness.
Well, it's the patterns of play, but it's the intensity that stepped up today. We mentioned it at the start of the match. The two opponents that Raducanu had played coming into this, they gave her a lot of unforced errors. And so to come out here and barely get any from Swiatek, plus the movement, plus the power. And Raducanu, you know, she's played a handful of matches at this level in the last year. Mentioned the fact that she missed Auckland, but also a big stretch over last summer where she went into US Open feeling a little undercooked, had missed a few of the lead-up events there, then had to take an extended break across the Asian swing. So it's just still struggling to find the rhythm of these kind of matches.
Game, Swiatek.
Gets the line, Swiatek. Consolidates the break, 4-love in this second set.
Swiatek leads 4-2.
It just has a clear purpose for every single shot. Starts with the serve. Knows when she's hitting that next shot. Also that execution.
Love. That's 11.
Two of the better serves we've seen from Raducanu. well does she step into that ball?
30,
Every backhand's
50.
almost hit off that front foot. 8 backhand winners.
I think that's the 19th winner from Swiatek in the match. I think it's the disguise as well. That one could so easily go cross-court, even short cross-court, because she has that ability to just nip one in.
Just in full control of Swiatek.
That's your
Yeah, there's one forehand in that rally where you feel Raducanu had to go for more. And then as soon as she didn't, Swiatek turns the point around.
So from 30 love, where Raducanu hit 2 big serves, back to 30 all.
That's 14.
And then the one opportunity she does get inside the court isn't able to execute because of the pressure applied from Swiatek.
Yes.
Raducanu pretty much had to hit the ball on the line to force an error out of Swiatek.
Advantage, Raducanu. Yes.
Winners for Swiatek thus far. 11 off the forehand, 8 off the backhand.
Advantage, Swiatek.
And the winners keep piling on.
Game, Swiatek.
So another break of serve for Swiatek. An hour and 5 minutes of play, and she leads in this women's singles third-round match. Swiatek has won 10 straight games, and now she will come out to serve for the match for a place in the 4th round at the Australian Open.
Love 15.
And you don't want to get too ahead of yourself. This match isn't even over, but in the next round, Swiatek will face the winner of Eva Liss, who was a lucky loser. Had 2 incredible wins to make it to the 3rd round. And she's up against Jacqueline Christian. So, not that every player's not great at this stage of the event, but it certainly would make Swiatek the favourite in the 4th round. And there's the #1 ranking in play as well,
18-30.
because Sabalenka has to defend her points from last year. Meanwhile, Swiatek was taken out by Linda Noskova early doors. It's all open.
That's you.
And it now gives Iga Swiatek the match point for a place in the 4th round. So a comfortable win for Iga Swiatek this afternoon. She's through to the 4th round here at the Australian Open. 6-1, 6-love.
Oh, just a perfect performance from the world #2, Iga Swiatek, coming out with so much firepower and so much intensity and focus, as you would expect from her, but she was locked in today. And Raducanu will be walking off court feeling like